Welcome back. Anyways, if you're a Montreal fan, the one thing you have to remember is Vegas lost games one in both previous series, so maybe losing game one for Montreal is a good thing. I know I'm grasping. This is that time of year where normally, as a hockey fan, before I had a channel, full disclosure, I don't even know if I'd be watching Vegas and Montreal. I don't know if I would have been watching the Islanders in Tampa. There's part of me would have been like, all right, I'm done, I'm out. Because again, to me, I would have been like, well, Vegas is going to kill Montreal, and Tampa's probably going to beat the Islanders, but yeah. So again, right? With this channel now, I watch every game, and so I'm the one thing I always hope for in these games is that they're interesting right till the end, and there's tension right till the end, and maybe you get some overtime and it's close, and so big pregame with the glow sticks in Vegas, lots of glow sticks going on there, and the fun stanchions. I called that the first year. First year I said the stanchions they got in the building, they don't have anything on. They got to get something going on with the stanchions. If even Vancouver's got fun stanchions, you got to have that in Vegas. It's flashy. It's all the showgirl stuff in Vegas. You've got to have that. So they have that. 42 degrees Celsius in Vegas, 107 degrees Fahrenheit. It's hot for a hockey game, and it's going to be even hotter for game two. Top-notch anthems, gotta say. Lene did a good job with Canadian anthem. Carnell is still my favorite anthem singer of the American national anthem. He's just it. And again, I think for a good anthem, it's sing it properly. Don't overemphasize words. Don't go way up to the next octave because you can and shriek the song out. You guys know the kind of anthems I'm talking about here, right? Where you're like, man, she's going to be going for a while and I can't get popcorn. So, a lot of, good pomp and circumstance. And there's good, yeah. Anyways, yeah, it was quite the pregame, and they have a good record when Carnell sings the anthem. It's something that goes back to their first year. Fleury with a turnover to Anderson 10 seconds in, so that made it interesting. Josh Anderson, I thought, had a good game, but is he on the board? Not really. Not when it comes to goals and points. But it was a tentative start overall. Gallagher gets denied after a turnover. Aggressive forecheck by the Habs. Montreal came out very ready for this game, and clearly ready to get back at it and realizing just how important it was to maybe get an early lead and drive the play and keep Vegas in their own end. Marchessault, then with a high sticking penalty, the Habs go to the power play. Fleury blocks out Perry. There were no shots for the Habs during that power play. None. Tuck then with a fast break right out of the box. Perry makes the save, and then you get some why I oughta after Fleury makes the save. There was a lot of that in this game. Anderson then looked refreshed after a quiet series. He played hurt against the Jets, so he probably appreciated the week off. But again, doesn't end up getting a goal. But he was dangerous out there. He had some good opportunities. Carrier was knocked the Habs off the puck. Price makes the save there. The shots were 8-5 in favor of Montreal 5 minutes into this. And they were playing really well. And then Theodore scores from McNabb and Stevenson at 9:15, and it was right off the faceoff. Stevenson wins the faceoff. The Habs trailing for the first time in 7 games, so they didn't trail at all during their winning streak. Price did not see that. So 447 minutes and 8 seconds of hockey without trailing. That's second all time. The team that they trail, also Montreal, a Stanley Cup winning Montreal team from I think it was 1961. So, yeah, the Habs throwing some big hits, and I thought physically they were playing very well early, but again, they're ahead in shots, they're behind on the score, and somewhere Colorado, if they're watching this, is going, we've seen this. We know how this turns out. Lehkonen couldn't bury one. Vegas clears it out. Carlson had a shot deflect wide. Vegas pressed. Gallagher had a shot that was saved, and then there's a crowd of guys just milling around after that. There was a lot of that going on in the first period. Armia couldn't receive a net pass as it was deflected away. Vegas starts ramping up the hits at this point as we get to the later stages of the first period. The hits end up favoring Montreal, but it's because they were chasing the puck a lot after this point too. Price saves one, holds onto it. Lots of post-whistle goofiness going on. Vegas's play is picking up late. Now they got the lead, and they're starting to get the shots. Vegas pressure draws a power play with 1 minute and 40 seconds left. The Habs penalty kill 15 out of 15 during their 7-game winning streak. It does not fail them tonight. 5-on-5, there's some failings. So we go to the second period. There's still 20 seconds left in that power play. What do? They take another penalty to make it a 5-on-3. The brief 5-on-3 ends up with their second power play after the 5-on-3 is over. They end up with 2 shots altogether. But if you're the Habs, you had to come out of that feeling like, okay, we survived. We survived that early power play. Here we go. No. Martinez scores from Theodore and Smith at 2 minutes and 18 seconds. So this has to be really deflating for a team where you kill off that second power play after killing off the first, and there's a 5-on-3 overlap in there. And then Vegas gets the 2-0 lead anyways. A great cross-crease pass. No chance for Price there. And again, as I said, deflating after a solid penalty kill. Price then robbed Stone during a 2-on-1. Vegas really taking over the game at this stage. And I understand the score looks lopsided. Without Price, it's way worse. Vegas, they pressure, they draw another power play, but 15 seconds later it becomes a 4-on-4 situation. The Habs pressed as the game turned back to a 5-on-5, and then they take another penalty. Back in the box they go. Habs in danger of a blowout at this point in the game. Vegas, no shots though during that power play. Price then stops a Holden chance after the power play's over. Holden's next chance would go wide of the net. The Habs get a power play. Carrier with the elbow. Caulfield hits the side of the net, but he doesn't hit the side of the net with his second. He scores the power play marker from Toffoli and Perry at 12:05. His parents are in the crowd. They celebrate. They're all teary-eyed. But the good news stops there. That makes it 2-1. What do you do if you're Vegas? We'll just get the 2-goal lead back. It's Janmark from Tuck and Whitecloud at 12:58. That makes it 3-1, and it went off Romanov and in. And again, it was a rough night for Romanov. I thought it was a rough night for Kulak as well. Montreal's defense, it played well last round, but we wondered, without Petrie, without Merrill, how much that can affect him. Not having Petrie absolutely had an effect on that blue line tonight. Carrier then nearly added another. The Habs would press. Vegas, though, blocking shots. I really have my doubts about the blocked shots that were recorded in this game. I really do. I look at this block total, and I don't agree with it. So it's one of those things during the playoffs that I've had my doubt about, but there you go. Habs had a 3-on-2 that misfired. Price goes post to post, robbery on Marchessault. So again, you have a robbery on Marchessault, denial of Stone. Theodore then with a tip that was saved with 12 seconds left. So this game, it's 3-1 after 2. Easily could be 6 or 7-1. And what Vegas does, this is how they play. Their shots are almost always high quality. So they may not get as many shots as their opposition on some nights. Doesn't matter. They're always high quality opportunities. Third period, early pressure by the Habs, but they're not getting shots. Byron had a blast, blocked by Martinez. Martinez, who practiced with the team for the first time in a while because he's been getting banged up on so many shot blocks that have been going on. Carlson's line was then forechecking. They press. Stevenson had a break that was forced wide. Cross-crease passes. Again, Vegas is trying this cross-crease pass over and over and over. And you know what's weird is? It really reminds me of the 2018 finals. 2018 finals, Washington and Vegas. Washington decided, hey, let's try cross-crease passes. I don't think anybody's tried this against Vegas. And that's what most of their goals seem to be. And once they figured that out, they made it look relatively easy. They took Vegas out in 5. But that's how Vegas is playing things against Montreal. They understand if Carey Price can see it, he will save it. If Carey Price is always square to the shooter, he's playing great hockey, just put it where he's not. Just cross-crease, just make him come across, and if he butterflies across, you can probably bury it high. That seems to be the stance they're taking in this series. That's their strategy. And so far, it's going well if you're a Vegas fan, and if you're a Vegas player, or if you're a Vegas coach, or if you don't like Montreal, right? So, neutral zone getting clogged up by Vegas. It seemed like they were trying to kill the clock. Pacioretty had a break chance. Weber would defend that. Sherratt throwing hits. Habs ice it. Post then for Tuck on a break. He seems to get that every single time he plays hockey, those fast breaks. It's Alex Tuck's game. And all I could think tonight, too, when I was watching this, I thought, if Minnesota still had Tuck and he was playing with Kaprizov, right? Like, it's 4 years later, and it just, it's something that still enters my mind. Like, if Minnesota had not traded Tuck to Vegas, yeah, it would have been different. Suzuki then can't bury one. Theodore had a shot that deflected wide, and then Vegas does get one. It's Holden from Smith and Carlson at 10:06. So for Vegas, that's 3 out of 4 goals that are from the blue line, and that's an unusual stat right there. Keep in mind, Tampa hasn't had a goal from their blue line in the entire playoffs, and Vegas had 3 tonight. Yeah, right. Just weird, right? So right after that, Stevenson had a deflection saved by Price. And it was another one of those, how did he make that save? So again, I wrote there, could be 6 or 7 to 1 without him. But looking at the board and what I wrote, could have been worse than that. Vegas in complete and total control of the game at 4 to 1. Fleury then denied Anderson while the Habs were pressing. Toffoli couldn't bury one. Vegas dumping the puck, killing the clock. Montreal would pull the goaltender with 4.5 minutes left. It doesn't really make a huge difference other than to boost up the save percentage for Marc-Andre Fleury. Weber hurt his hand, and it looked like he jammed it. And if he misses any time in this series, and if Petrie, like if he misses the next game and Petrie's out the next game, I don't see how Montreal has a chance. Like I don't see it. I really don't, because that missing one guy or the other is one thing, but if you don't have both, that would be brutal. The Habs pressed during the 6-on-5. Vegas was doing its best with shot blocking. Danault fails to bury one. Net crash with 1:25 seconds left. The puck stayed out. Caulfield's then denied by Fleury. And then, because he enjoyed that so much, he denied him again. With 34.6 seconds left, Vegas ices the puck. Fleury not giving the Habs anything. And at this point, I know this is a minor detail, but I like it. Dominic Ducharme with 34 seconds left puts Carey Price back in the net. Sanity in the playoffs. I understand people are going to say, oh, that's such a minor detail. But to me, when you have your goaltender pulled in the final minute when you're down by 3, especially with 34 seconds left, they're not getting 3 goals in 34 seconds. So, yeah, you put Price back in the net. Fine with me. But Vegas wins this one 4 to 1. The shots, I think, kind of flatter Montreal in that third period, because a lot of the shots, I mean, not to take anything away from Fleury, he was fantastic, but yeah, they're shooting it at him a lot, and they're shooting from bad angles a lot too, and looking for deflections. Shots in this game: 12-8 Montreal in the first, 13-5 Vegas in the second, 12-9 in favor of Montreal in the third. Final shots: 30-29 for Vegas. Power plays: Montreal 1 for 3, Vegas 0 for 4. So Vegas's power play still not clicking. Doesn't matter. They win the game 4 to 1. All 5-on-5 goals for them. Hits: 52-43 in favor of Montreal, because they didn't have the puck that often. It was a heavy hitting game. Block shots: both teams had 15. Again, it's one of those stats that I think gets undercounted. You guys can let me know what you think in the comment section. Price 26 saves on 30 shots. Fleury 26 saves on 27 shots at the other end. So I know Price's save percentage wasn't fantastic tonight, but again, I think if it's not Carey Price and if he's not standing on his head, this game would be way worse in the score. We'd be looking at 7, 8, 9. Just the cross-crease passes, the fantastic opportunities Vegas got. It's almost like an AI on one of the EA Sports games where you're like, how do I have 30 shots and they have 6 and they have 5 goals? They only take the shot when they know it's going to go in the net. And it feels like Vegas has some of that going for them as well. That they get the deflections, they get the perfect shots, and tonight they get the win. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.